Plaintiff Justin Griever says he rented an apartment with the defendant, and that's when he realized that the defendant was a bad influence. Justin claims the defendant got robbed at gunpoint, sold marijuana, and stole a pair of socks from Justin's brother. He's suing his former roommate for breach of contract and a utility bill. Defendant Craig Alley admits that he was robbed at gunpoint, but he denies stealing socks from Justin's brother and insists Justin is the one who gave him the socks. Craig claims he intended to pay Justin what he owed, but Justin jumped the gun and filed this case.
Start with you.
I've known Craig since about 6th or 7th grade, and in September of 2014, we got an apartment together, and I soon realized that he's probably like the worst influence that I could ever have on myself. He started selling weed, and he wasn't even good at it because he got robbed at gunpoint for $300 worth, and I told him it was a bad idea, but he was like, I think it's a good idea, more money, and I'm like, that's the bad more money, but you do whatever you do.
That's right.
And another thing, one time we went to the grocery store to get his mom a birthday card, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna go in, buy the birthday card, and go out. Next thing I know, he's unwrapping the plastic around some of the birthday cards, stuffing it in his pocket, and he's like, I'm not paying for this stuff. And I'm
That's
like,
not true,
okay.
Your Honor.
Yes, that's very true. And so he stuffs it in his pocket, and then I was like, I don't want part of this. If you get caught, I don't know you.
For $2.
Yeah, it's $2. I can pay for it if you want me to. And another thing is he'd come over, play basketball, and we'd hang out, and he'd wear my little brother's socks, and I don't know this, and my little brother would come home where my socks at. I don't know where they are. And so I see Craig a couple days later, boom, he has my little brother's socks on. And I'm like, okay, did you ask my little brother? No. And I was like, why do you have his socks on? Do you not have your own socks? So what I'm trying to get at is that
he's a wannabe thug.
Yes, and he tries to take opportunities, good or bad, and he'll go with it. And he'll try to cheat his way through it, what he did with me. In September of 2014, we signed the lease contract for $806 a month.
Let me allow him to give some background, then we'll get into the specifics of your lawsuit. Sir?
First of all, with the sock thing, we went through his sock drawer together, and he was like, hey, you can just wear these socks. And I'm like, okay, I'll just wear these socks. And then I left home, and I forgot I had them on. So then it came up to be his birthday about a month later. I gave those socks back along with a brand new pair of Jordan socks. So I gave the socks back that he was talking about with a brand new pair. And those things are
What about stealing the birthday card?
I don't know what he's talking about with stealing a birthday card. It's $2 I can pay for a birthday card.
All right. What about the weed selling?
Weed selling, I can't speak for that.
Okay. That means you got robbed.
Yeah, I got robbed.
Another crazy thing about that is when he told his mom that night, he told her a completely different story involving me when I wasn't even there.
Let's get to the contract that you're suing him about, sir. I'm gonna leave you alone. I could have a ball with you, but I'm gonna give you a pass today. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you just keep being a gangster. Go ahead.
So like I was saying, we
talking
had
all slick today. So. Yeah. Man, we rob you every day. Tomorrow, you
Twice
can't
on
rob twice on Sundays. Even if you ain't have nothing. we just rob you for fun.
Training.
Right, that's right. You'll be training, that's right. All right, fellas, we're gonna teach y'all how to rob. All right, where? Go to Craig. He's the guy. Rob him and you in. Oh, that's easy. Go ahead. That's how man. That's Doyle. I know you're a gangster. I'm with you. I know a gangster when I see one. You leave him alone. Go ahead.
Like I was saying, we signed the lease contract 806 September of 2014, which would be 403 each, and then plus utilities and all that. And then late in February, he lost his job and he tried to find a new job, but that didn't work out. And so he was forced to move back with his mom. And I was like, okay. So we discussed on trying to find a new roommate for me. And he was giving me like all the wrong ideas, like people who sold drugs. And I was like, no, that's not a good idea. Like, I don't want that to be like part of me again, like as soon as, especially if he did it. And
You say especially if he was associated with him.
yeah.
So if you're gonna send me a dope man, give me the real thing. Go ahead.
And then the lease termination fee was $1,500, and we had also a utility bill of $44, which would be $22 for his half. And I feel like he should pay the full amount of the $1,500 because without him losing his job and having him to move out, there would be no lease termination.
Did you all discuss him paying the termination fee and the back rent that you owe?
Yes, we did, and he said that he would pay me back once he gets back from basic training,
right.
but he never left, and he told me that about 2 months ago. So yeah.
Let me hear from you, sir, about this, about the utility bill. Well, that might be a good defense. Is that the defense you want to use? You never left. Go ahead, sir. Let me hear from you about this.
With basic training, you have to go through a ton of different stuff just to get up to where you actually leave. And I was actually supposed to leave a week ago, but I couldn't leave because he was taking me to court. I was actually supposed to be back in August, and that's when I agreed that I was going to pay him because I was going to get a pretty hefty bonus for the job that I was doing. But now he's saying that he's going to take me to court. It's going to take me longer for me to go to basic and get the money in the first place.
See, and that's what you should do, sir. Con. Because, yeah, that other thing, the dope game is not for you. You seem like you may have a little con in you. So play the con. If you just got to be the crook, play the con game. Because that actually sounded pretty good. You prohibited him from fulfilling the terms of you all's agreement. You said he agreed to pay you once he went to basic training. Well, he can't go to basic training because you sued him. Had you not sued him, he'd have went to basic training, come back, and you'd have had your money.
Well, I didn't.
Isn't that what you're saying? Mm-hmm. Well, that's good con. I got to figure that out myself. I got to figure that out. You might be on to something.
Thank you.
See, you shouldn't have hinged your case on that. You should have never said anything about that.
Well, like, I didn't believe that he would pay me back because he has lied about a bunch of other things.
Okay, you never believed it.
Yes.
And you never accepted that agreement. Is that what you're saying?
No, I did not accept the agreement.
Huh?
I did not accept the agreement.
Thank you. Okay. Oof, it's all right to be square, but every now and then you got to have a little bit of game in you because you was about to mess up. If you'd have said, well, I accepted it, Judge, and you just gave me some good game for the agreement, so I'm glad you're saying you didn't accept that as an agreement.
The judge will render his verdict when we return. And next, a Judge Mathis throwback.
That would be the time you got in her face and said, if you mention my kids again, we're going to have a big problem. Instead, she said, I'm going to blow up your house with your kids in it. And you just...
Your Honor.
You just walked on away. That's what you just told me.
Defendant Craig Alley is being sued by his former roommate, who claims Craig was robbed at gunpoint because he was selling marijuana.
Sir, that wasn't an agreement that he actually made with you to wait until you come from basic training. So that defense does not succeed. So now we're back to how much you admit owing. Since you were going to pay him when you got back from basic training, how much were you going to pay him?
I was going to pay him the amount of everything that he...
There it is, $23.28 is your judgment. He says he's going to pay you the amount that he owes. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I just hope we can be friends after all this. That's all I really want.
Probably not.
All right.
Probably not. No. Because you put me through too much. Like, you almost destroyed my entire credit. And you never even said thank you to me or my mom for paying off all of your stuff. Not once. Why didn't you just say thanks?
I don't know, man. Sorry about it.